Okay, so I'm just trying to talk in front of a camera because I'm so used to being behind the camera and behind all of the creative processes in which, filming and writing and storytelling takes place. And I have this, like, I end up having like a conniption when it's time for me to get in front of the camera, and I just like almost like shut down and I don't do anything about it. And I feel like I'm at this point in my life where things are preventing me from doing what I'm comfortable, which is being behind and, taking like the passenger side role and in my life, and just like being second cast. And it's kind of like hard for me to just even do this. It's just talk in front of a camera. I talk all the time. Like anybody can say that. So it's not necessarily a problem of talking. It's more so like, you have a camera on you now. Can you continue to talk? Like, my heart is beating fast as fuck, and like I can't even get myself together. But anyway, so the reason why I'm doing this, like, I kind of want to have this be like a, not necessarily like a journal, but like a journal of like this exposure therapy where I'm, creating content for myself. I feel like I have kind of stopped doing that because this is something that I used to do, and I had fun doing it when I was younger. But again, it was always like other people that I was recording and editing and taking photos of, and it was never really like myself mostly. I think there was like just a moment in time where I was more passionate about, recording myself, posting online when I was like in elementary school. But, I like stopped that, and it's like now I have to figure out like, well, why did I stop? Like I liked that. I enjoyed it. And it's like, again, like this is not the first time that I've like started and stopped something when it came to me being in front of a camera. Okay, sorry, I had to close my door. My cat opened the door. But no, like I just want to like document myself getting more involved in like this new wave of what will I can't see like past it at this point, this future of like content creation, and like everyone being comfortable with being seen and perceived and almost in my opinion, surveilled. But I feel like you can't just think about things like that. I feel like that's kind of like a neurotic way of thinking about things. It's like almost self-destructive. So what I'm trying to do now is to just like be myself and like do the things that I already had envisioned for, like ideas that I had for myself, and just actually like doing it. Because at this point now it's just a matter of like execution. So like what I would like want to talk about, I don't even know. At this point I'm just trying to like, I guess I can just like introduce myself, I guess. So hi, my name is Ileana. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but now I'm in Texas. I've been here for a minute. I'm in Houston. Came to Houston for undergrad. Been out of college for a minute. I'm back in school, so I can't say that. But now I'm just like, going to school for PR, public relations. And I really like it. I really like PR. I really like PR theory. It's fun. And I like to pride myself on being like a very good student. I'm really good at learning. I'm really good at grasping things and putting them into practice and, implementing them into my life. And now at this point, it's like, okay, well, what does that look like now when no one is watching you? And I feel like at this point, like I went to school I went to undergrad for radio, television, and film, where, I learned all the media aesthetics and the media tools and the kits and all the tricks that would come into play when it came to, DJing and, television production and, film theory and screenplay writing. And now it's just like, okay, like, when are you going to use these things, at least for yourself, And I haven't really, it sounds selfish, but it's not I don't want to say selfish, but it's like, I haven't been given the opportunity to do these things. But it's like, this is an industry where you kind of have to do it. You kind of have to do it yourself. And it's like a hard pill to swallow for me, where it's just like, I have this weird aversion to, putting myself out there, really. And like, the first thing that really nipped it for me was like in undergrad when I joined the debate team, and I was like, okay, like I cannot just rot away in my dorm and just go to class, show up to class and then go back to my dorm and go to the caf and go back to my dorm and, this back and forth to the dorm and not being outside. That's kind of lame. And I didn't like being lame because who does? At least if you're cognizant of it, you're cognizant of the fact that you're lame, you would want to like change that for yourself. At least try to make yourself be somebody that you enjoy. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be somebody that I enjoyed. And I was like, okay, I can't just like be like this. So let's join the debate team. That's a speaking thing. I have a problem with speaking, period. Like, I don't speak up for myself. I don't speak up for things. I need to start speaking. So joined the debate team, hated it, quit at one point, joined the debate team again, and it was great. Great. Now I speak up for myself, speak up. I can talk. Let's just put it that way. I learned how to talk through debate. But now it's like, okay, now what? Like, what else, And I feel like I keep, like, putting my passions and what I want for myself on the back burner because of this, like, unconscious fear of perception from others. And it's kind of like the opposite of what I do, like what I say, like personality wise, you wouldn't think that I would have like such a like an upturned nose at filming myself and posting it online and partaking in the things that everybody my age does. It's like, I don't even want to do that. Like, I don't want to record myself. I don't know why. It's like something that I just like act like I'm above. I'm not above it. I would like to do it, but it's just like, I don't want to. And it's like, why? Why don't you? It's like, it's nothing like in my life that would cause me to not want that. So it's like, it's kind of hard to like rectify with that, and like literally have no problem talking to the wall. But as soon as it's like a camera, it's like, what the fuck? But that's like kind of what I'm trying to do for myself. It's like this exposure therapy. It's like a couple minutes a day, every day, like talk to the camera. I don't really have a topic. I feel like that would be easier for me to do if I had something that I wanted to like get off my chest and like talk about. I don't really have that, at least at this moment, except for the fact that I have this fear of the lens, and I would like to get over that. I feel like that's something that I should want. I do want, and I feel like that's something that I should do, especially since I have so much time right now, because ding, 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 I don't have a job like every other Gen Zer right now. Don't have a job. It's almost like it's like every time I do get a job, it's like it like falls through my hand like sand. It's like I can't hold on to it. It's like And I try hard to hold on to it. And it's like, no, it's not gonna be solid for you. It's like, well, then fuck you, like, fuck it. Might as well do something that I've been wanting to do, I want to do, and which is work on myself. And this is the way that I will be able to work on myself, which is filming myself and posting it. I have made like cute student films and posted them, and they've gotten a handful of views. And just the fact that like more than the 5 people that I can think of watching it, it's like, oh my gosh, like who is seeing this, and it's like, I don't know why it's like a thing. Like I make it like this big thing, and I feel like it doesn't need to be. But I know what it's because I like to sum it up because it's like I have a 12th house in Leo. It's just kind of hard for me to understand and want to be in the spotlight. That's a secret for me. That's not something I innately want. That's private. But like layman's terms, I just have like this fear of perception, really, that has truly manifested into like in this generation of like posting online and like being like having an online presence. Like if you can't look me up, you cannot look me up and like find me. Like it's like I don't have, like it's invisible. I don't have a digital footprint like that people be talking about. I don't have that. So when people be like, oh my gosh, they got caught saying the N-word, it's like, how do you have that? Like, why is that something that is easily accessible to find of you online when you have a choice to post things and you posted it, it was posted of you? Like, why? But then that goes back into like, why the fuck are you saying the N-word and you have no business saying that? Like that's a bigger issue that needs to be addressed. But I don't feel like talking about that right now at all, actually. But no, like, honestly, like, the only thing I can really think of right now is Love Island. That's only, honestly, the highlight of my time right now, which is Love Island. And right now, as I'm recording this, it is Wednesday. So I only have time to think and talk about Love Island like everybody else. And it's also today, a couple days ago, actually in June, the start of a Mercury retrograde in Cancer, and today it is a retrograde in Neptune in Aries. So everybody's talking about these terminologies and these new made up fucking semantics of exclusive and exclusively dating and boyfriend girlfriend and talking and dating and TT. It's just like, what do these things mean? And I feel like it's like the perfect time, not even being ironic here, the perfect time to talk about that during the Mercury retrograde. Like, of course we're confused. Of course we don't have a basic understanding and a good definition of what these terms mean. Of course it would be during a Cancer Mercury retrograde. Yes, like perfect. So at this point in time, I feel like this is something that needs to be addressed. And I feel like this is like, people like to say like Love Island is like a anthropological study of society on the outside, and it's clustered into this like good mechanism that you can study. But it's like, I'll get to that part in a different position. But it's like, right now, I feel like with this whole Zach and Kata situation where they're like, oh, we're exclusive, like somebody give a fuck. It's like, I feel like Zach is just trying to evade responsibility. And that's how I feel like a lot of these dudes who bring make up these terms to, see women's emotions because they're afraid of them it's because they don't really want to be held responsible for how your reaction will be when they fuck you over. It's not if they fuck you over, it's when they fuck you over. They will. When they fuck you over, they don't want to be held liable to, their role and their role in how they fuck you over, because they can throw their hands up in the air and say, well, we're not dating, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. You see what I mean? And I feel like that's what Zach wants to do, and he's been dragging it out the whole month and a half, not half, but like a whole month and some change Love Island has been on, and now he's throwing in, we're like dating exclusively. Like, they haven't been this whole fucking time when they were on Love Island. Like, both of y'all did not explore. Both of y'all didn't. Zach couldn't because old girl got kicked off for saying the N-word, and Kata didn't because she was too busy thinking about Zach bitch ass. Amen. Kata, you like it, I love it. But I've been off Zach ever since he talked weird to Bryce about how Trinity is like not alike with Bryce, and not only is she not alike with him, but she's like doesn't understand him, and like they like, and then oh my gosh, and then he was saying like Trinity does not like you. To be honest, I don't think she does. Like, those were words that came out of his mouth. I've been off his ex since then. Been off of him. He weird as fuck for that. Weird as fuck. And like, they making us vote for 4 couples. I was like, why can't I just vote for 2? I really only care about 2. I really only care about Carl and Anaya and Trinity and Bryce. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of those couples. I don't give a fuck about Zeta and Kat. I don't give a fuck about Zeta and Kat. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about Melanie and Tasir. And I don't give a fuck about Kenzie and Dylan. Kenzie should have been gone. Like, Kenzie should have been gone. She should have been voted off, and Soul should have been here. If not Soul, some other girl, right? Kenzie should have been voted off when she was on the chopping block the first time. Which is why I'm confused, why Kenzie's confused as to why she keeps getting ranked bottom 3 every single time it's time to vote for people. I'm like, you're going to continue to be bottom 3 because you should have been gone. I don't know what fate is saving this girl, but at this point, fuck it, go ahead and be Final 4 because I voted for Kenzie. I was like, because the one thing that I can't hold against this girl is the fact that she know how to dog dudes out. And I feel like and we need more Kenzies like that. We need more Kenzies that dog dudes out and have multiple dudes crying and groveling at her feet because she didn't pick them. We need more girls like that. Like, yes, Dylan should cry one more time for good measure. I feel like she should make him cry again, but there ain't nobody else in here. But like, I mean, it is, but I'll be damned if she thinks she's about to pull Carl for a chat. I might have to fight her. But anyway, I digress. But no, changing that though, this Love Island as a whole, this whole thing about how like Love Island has just enraptured the nation, and everybody's watching Love Island and acting and making commentary on Love Island and these people's lives in this little subsect of a position. And it's like, I had the thought, I was like, wow, while watching Love Island, I had the thought, I was like, wow, like, if this is how God feel watching y'all, honestly, I see why God be doing some of y'all like that, you know? Because last season with Jeremiah and Iris, and y'all made Jamaica with Iris, like, yeah, like, cause people be playing, and I'm like, well, you think God don't play? Like, oh my goodness, like, that thought in and of itself, I was like, wow, like, I don't want to come off as like blasphemous, but like, my goodness, like, if I was God, I would be petty as fuck. I would be petty. I would be a petty God. I would be a petty God because I feel petty right now. And I feel like, especially when Kenzie was like, when Caleb first came in, she was like, thank the Love Island gods. I was like, human beings are your gods. Human beings have manufactured this earth realm where there's a benevolence that you have to look towards and pray to and follow their rules and their regulations and make sure that you are obeying, because if you don't, you will be booted, right? And people are enacting benevolence onto human being lives, and it's like, wow, like, at this point you need to be the God that you want. And I don't know, like, I would like my God to give me a chance, but like, don't enable me, you know? I don't want a God that enables me, you feel me? And that's how I feel about Melanie and Sincere and Zach and Kata. I don't want to be a God that enables a man that will talk down on and, get in the heads of people who are in relationships with Black women and question Black women attraction, and try to, manufacture authenticity. I don't want a God that enables that if I were to be something like that. I don't want a God who continues to give me time after time, chance after chance, to leave a person that is doing me harm, and I continue to go back to that person, and God says, well, because I like you, you can continue to be with this person that might ruin your life. I don't want a God that does me like that. You feel me? And I feel like Love Island is like a chance to play God if you're not in the villa. And if you're in the villa, it's your chance to pray to a God that is not God. It's you pray to America, you pray to production, you pray to the made up rules of exploration. And it's like you have to turn to your biblical text and look to the definition of what exploration means. You have to go and look into the biblical text and figure out what coupled up means and what these terms mean, and closed off. Like you gotta turn to the text, and you gotta make sure that you do it with taste and decorum, because you don't want to anger the Love Island gods. And it's very interesting to, see people be so passionate and so at odds about other human being lives. And it's interesting because I can't help but fall into it too, as maybe because I'm an RTF baby and I understand the power of a good edit. And it's like, wow, I really don't like Zach. They chopped and screwed this so well that I'm starting to fall for the KC and TT redemption. You feel me? And it's like, wow, like a good edit can like sway one person so well. And it's like great. Like I can all I can do is give them props, especially when, they have lost somebody on their production team. And I don't know the relation that they had with that person, but like, post-mortem, you still got people talking about Love Island. I feel like that's a major feat. You done lost a hand in benevolence. I think that's great, so I have to give Love Island production their twos when it comes to that. I really do appreciate it. I don't appreciate, though, the capitalization on Blackness that I have seen, especially with the Making Love Island bonnets. Too much. That is too much. They lost me right there. Literally, after I give them credit, all of a sudden they coming out with bonnets, and they got 3 Black women literally sleep in the corner of their eyes and dried up spit in the corners of their mouths with their bonnets on, very vulnerable. Talking about, yeah, we're selling these things that these Black women wear. Cool on that. I'm cool on that, actually. I'm very cool on that, actually, Love Island. I feel like you should just maybe not do that. What happened to the water bottles? I feel like that's a good market. Customizable water bottles. I can drink out of my water bottle while I watch Love Island. What happened to that? Can I get a bikini? There's damn, can we get a little a recipe book on the foods that they have? We can do a little cute little thing. Oh my gosh, look at this. Recipe cards. Love Island recipe cards. I don't know. Bonnets? The fuck we got going on here? Anyway, I digress. Hire me for your PR team. Hire me for your production team. I know ball. Anyway, though. But that's really, my thought on Love Island. But, honestly, it's fun. It's really fun. I've never been one to hide from mess. Mind you, I'm a PR major, okay? I wanted to be in crisis comms. I'm not going to shy away from no mess, okay? And it's really interesting to just get everybody's viewpoints. And, you got different demographics now. Before, they had a very set demographic, but Love Island and Peacock really has this crossroads that they have. They're at a crossroads right now where for next year, who do they appeal to? Do they continue to appeal to the young women, older women demographic? Do they try to be more inclusive of this new wave of young adult men that are now watching the show, i.e. with their girlfriends, sisters, their daughters, or just for the fact that they were introduced to it via sports gambling app? You know, like, are we inclusive or are we not? And I feel like production has a chance to be like Peacock as a whole. When it comes to the direction of Love Island, they have a chance to be really funny and continue to be with the girls and be like, this is a Barbie dream house, no Ken. Or it can be like, you know what, more eyes, more money. I don't know. You know, they done lost somebody on a team. You know, I don't know if he was exec. I don't remember. So he might have had final say. We gotta fill a role now, you know? And we don't know if this person who fills this role is gonna be like more eyes, more money, and be more inclusive of all the men who are betting on Love Island. Or be like, you know, stick to your niche of women who watch the show and have been watching the show, right? Don't know. But with that, I really do blame the girlfriends. I blame the girlfriends. I blame the daughters for introducing Love Island to men. I feel like that's just something that you just needed to keep to yourself. And this enmeshment of hobbies and likes and interests that people have, specifically when they're in a relationship, it's kind of bothersome to me, which is why I've been a virgin my whole life. Because I have this fear of enmeshment that somebody might have. It's like, no, these are things that I like. Like, I like Smino. You don't like Smino. You don't know who Smino is. You only found out about Smino through me. So it's like, why are you listening to somebody that I like? That would make me extremely uncomfortable. It's like, why are you betting on Love Island when you found out about Love Island through me? That would make me, I would actually be very, very upset with that. And it's like, now you got a merging of markets here. Now you got people who usually watch basketball and sports watching Love Island, and I blame the rhetoric, especially last year. I really saw it a lot last year where it was like, this is my Super Bowl, this is my Super Bowl, this is a girl's Super Bowl. I'm like, it's not the Super Bowl, it's Love Island. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. This is Love Island. Just watch the Super Bowl. Like, it's not Love Island. In my opinion, Love Island is not as competitive as the Super Bowl. As sports, it's actually very authentic, and the people who are the most authentic win, at least in our eyes, as we deem as authentic. The most authentic person wins the show. The people who are not authentic, I did this in sincere hand, I'm not lying though. The people who are authentic are the ones who win. The people who are inauthentic either get voted off, or they get by us, or the people who are watching. Who are in the villa. So, like, I feel like Zach is inauthentic. I did not put him in my final four. Sincere is inauthentic because he lies so much. He doesn't even know the truth from his ass. He has to go. If I could have voted for another couple, I would have voted for Casey and Titi to go. Casey is inauthentic. I don't know if it's in how he views women or how he views this show, but there is something that he's lying about that I just cannot put my finger on. And it's like it was a tough decision, man. It was a tough decision that I had to make about the direction in which this Final Four was about to be for me. And I'm so excited to see who gets dumped because I've seen so many different fucking screenshots of what people voted for. Like, one post, one person screenshot of who they voted for, it was no Carl and Anaya. I'm like, you voted for everybody but Carl and Anaya? That's bonkers. That's your safest. I love Carl and I, like, they top two, not two for me, but like, no Carl and Anaya, that's absolutely insane. Like, everybody can say that they're top two. Everybody, like, maybe not top two, but they're top four for sure. They should have been. I should have seen that neon bikini. But I didn't see neon. I was like, oh my God, what am I looking at? I almost couldn't recognize the image. And I was like, wait, they just didn't vote for Anaya and Carl. Like, that blew me. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. That blew the fuck out of me. But yeah, no, like, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I guess I just need to talk about Love Island. That's really all I care about right now. That's really all I care about right now. I don't like. I guess it's because it's not myself. I guess I'm not talking about myself, so it's like fine. But yeah, like Love Island has really consumed my whole being. Like that's all I've been watching. That's all I've been talking about. That's all I think about. I dream about it. That's not true. I did not dream about Love Island last night. I did not. I dreamt about myself, and it really made me uncomfortable. You know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, family day tomorrow. Whatever. Family day is always nice, but some people don't deserve nice. Some people deserve to go home with their mamas. I wonder if they'll do that there. That would be so petty. That would be so petty if they did a dumping and the mamas is still there. Yeah, go with your mama. That would be so fucking funny. I'm not gonna say it's fucked up. I don't think it's fucked up. I think it was fucking funny. But yeah, no, like no shade. Like you and your mama can go. No shade, you and your mama can go. No, that's funny as fuck. That's actually funny as fuck. But yeah, I just don't. The men in this villa really have irked my soul. Even Dylan. Bro, him talk about, yeah, seeing your reaction, like you grovel to Kenzie. He wanted her to grovel. I'm like, he weird as fuck for that. Now I see that you care. And as soon as he said that, Kenzie immediately got the ick. I'm like, bro, that's why I'm like, we need more Kenzies. We need more Kenzies. There's too many Melanies and Katas, bro. We need more Kenzies, bro. We need more Kenzies out here that's making men cry. You need to explore, honestly. And this, now let's go full circle and go back to these terminologies. Okay, so I feel like Kata and Zach are in a situationship. That's what that is. However, why does the term situationship exist? Like, who came up with this bullshit? Who came up with this term? Like, honestly, stone them. Because it's like, just say you just don't want to be in a relationship with them. I'm just trying to, I don't really want to be held responsible for when I get tired of you. So let's just like be nice to each other now, and then when I'm tired of you, we can just go our separate ways. Honestly, that's what that is. And that's what it's giving with Kata and Zach. I don't want, like, when I get tired of you, I just want to be able to leave. I don't want to make it a thing where I'm like, we're breaking up. I don't want to emotionally invest myself with the semantics of a label when I can just leave and ghost you and be like, hey, we weren't together. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, so you shouldn't be mad. You feel me? And I know a man came up with that shit. I know I did. I know he did. I know a man did, because it just has that written all over it. And like, so fucking funny that Casey and TT close it off and become boyfriend and girlfriend in the villa, mind you, after 5 days. But hey, I digress. I don't know how much talking they do with a person in a day. But again, I have a Pisces Venus. I don't think it's that weird to be boyfriend girlfriend after 5 days. 5 days, 24 hours a day, sleeping in the same bed. I mean, like, again, you have to keep in mind the benevolent Love Island viewers who are watching this. Is this in the biblical text? And it's not. Boyfriend and girlfriend is not in the biblical text. This is something new. This is a new thing that the villa came up with, and now you have to abide by the villa rules. And Kata and Zach are not. Kata and Zach are not. They are not going by the biblical text and the newfound biblical rule of boyfriend and girlfriend exclusivity. So my thing is like, and then when he even told her, it wasn't even no romantic thing. Like, she just got done feeling bad talking about Casey and TT, Anaya and Carl and their couples being ranked above them. And they were like, yeah, I wanted to talk about, like, and he just got done getting told off by Bryce. Be like, you see how your actions, you see how you act, you see how you, like, you talking and how you act, and you see how that would affect how America would view you and your couple. And then he goes sit there and be like, I didn't want to hear that. I want you to tell me that I'm right. And then he goes to sincere. Then he goes to Sincere to get the same, to ask the same question and be told what he wants to hear, because of course Sincere is going to tell you what you want to hear. He tells everybody what they want to hear. This is what got him in trouble in the first place. He is not a reliable source. I don't know who would. This is why he needed to go, because it's like, you're going to Sincere after everybody knows he's a pathological liar. You go to Sincere for advice on what it means for you and your progression with your relationship to be exclusive and exclusively dating, and you go to the one person that is a pathological liar who has notoriously told people what they wanted to hear and some, all for them to just basically get out of his face. And that's what Sincere does. That's exactly what Sincere does to get Zach out of his face. And then he goes to Kata, who's still mad, angry that she was ranked bottom 3 with Zach, because nobody gives a fuck about Zach. And then he tells her, yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to like, you know, be exclusive with you. Like, well, not exclusive like boyfriend, girlfriend, but like, you know, exclusively dating you. And I'm like, that's just closed off, which is something that you should have did before Casa, because y'all both were not exploring. But you were too busy withholding breakfast and punishing her like a teacher and a student to do that. And then Casa happened, and then you got with a girl who said the N-word, and then she got booted, and then you were just sitting next to Bryce, because Bryce was actually missing his girl, and you was missing the attention that she was getting from a girl. So it's like, well, damn, I'm not getting it from the girl that I actually liked in here because she got booted, so I'm gonna miss Kata with you. Like, bro, boo, I'm over this. I'm over Zach, bro. I'm over it. Like, him and Kenzie should have been gone. I wish they stayed together so I could have booted them off at the same time. But Kenzie too real for that. She would never be with no dude who don't like her. That's the one thing I can respect. Like, bump it. When she saw Corbin on that live stream, she said, I'm immediately hit a split off it. And I love some of y'all need a tick. Some of y'all need a special move that resets your nervous system so you can move the fuck on. Because once Kenzie hit that split, she was off Corbin. She was off of him. And I can't even lie. Some of y'all need that. Some of y'all need a clam slam every once in a while to, like, you know, get your mind in order. Because it's like, you still stuck up on somebody who lies to you, and you saw him lie to you. He saw him lie to everybody else around him. You need to do a split. Hit a split, Melanie. You need to hit a split, Kata. You need to, something needs to happen and shake for you to understand, like, what the hell your situation is. But yeah, no, like, Love Island has been great so far. Love Island has been great. I've really enjoyed watching it. I've really enjoyed voting. It's been really fun having something to do, because I'm really over applying for jobs. I'm over it. I am done with it. Like, I don't think I have it in me anymore. I've been applying for jobs for a year. And within that year, I have gotten a job, lost a job, been unemployed, gotten a job, lost a job, applied for more jobs, and lost that job. And it's just been like a back and forth of like having and not having a job, and always applying for more jobs. And it's like, there's only so much I can mentally and emotionally withstand. And like, everybody's hiring but nobody's hiring at the same time. It's like, well, then who's lying here? It's not me. I know I need a job. So it's like, are you lying? Like, I don't know. I can see why girls will be irritated with dudes ghosting them. They probably getting ghosted by 5 other jobs right now that they applied for. And you don't need to be ghosting me, bro. Can you at least tell me what the fuck you got going on? Because, like, damn. I understand it. I mean, as somebody who ghosts people, now mind you, I just said I've never been in a relationship before, like those friends and stuff. But somebody who would just do that, like, I understand the process, the mental gymnastics of ghosting people. Right now, I feel like that's just something that you can't do. Everybody a little bit traumatized from the job ghost, you know? Which I feel like that's crazy. A job ghosting you. We're not going to let you know if you got this job or not. We're just not going to let you know. Like, I'm still getting, like, denial letters from like jobs I applied to a year ago. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Like, just bro, fucking leave me alone. Like, just leave me alone. That's how I feel right now. I really just want to be left alone, and I feel like that's the common sentiment for most people right now, at least who ain't got no job. Like, just leave me alone. Honestly, just leave me alone. But like, nothing is leaving me alone. I still have to pay bills. I still have to eat. I still have to wipe my ass. I still have to do all these things. Still have to feed my cat. You know, I still have to go outside and get vitamin D. I still have to wash up. I still have to go to bed. I just really want to be left alone, though. Like, I really just want to be left alone. Like, I don't want to do all of that. I don't want to do any of that, actually. But, like, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. I think I'm going to call it here, though. But, yeah. That's it. Don't really know how to end these things. I hope I was in frame. My camera does not have the little thing where I could see myself. It doesn't go up all the way. So, I hope I was in frame the whole time, because I was leaning and shit. But, you know, I'm still gonna post it even if it isn't. I don't really give a fuck. Okay. Cool. Same time next week? Probably not. No, it is. Same time next week. Bye.